Hello, hello, hello! Oh my god. You guys, like, message, like, at the exact same time. That was crazy. How are you guys doing? Oh, we're talking about podcasts today. We're doing a little bit of knitting. We're streaming earlier. Early stream? I know, Tom. I know. Me and Piccolo are just in sync like that. True. Facts. Alive. There's a reason. There's a reason. I mean, you probably can guess the reason. I've talked about it, you know? Hello, Keith. And guys, I have a playlist that I made for Aslentha, like, a while ago, and that's what we're gonna listen to today. I love early streams since I can actually watch them. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm sorry I usually can't do early streams just because of schedule. It's like 2:30 a.m. but early. Jeez. Tom, I really need to figure out what stream would be a reasonable time for you to show up. Like, what time? Wow, dang. Oh, dude, excite. I'm so excited. Roll down the window, then you go over the rails. Tori, hello! It's okay, so when I go back to school, I won't have to wake up so early. Fair enough, Piccolo. There's a fire. Dragon! Yo, thank you so much for the 9 months! I don't know why the alert isn't going off, but thank you so much. Dragon, did you see I have new sub badges? Like 6 hours ago? Like 6 hours ago. But we are the man sending spaceship to sit this one out. Does I remember Arjun saying hi? Fair enough, fair enough. Down on Earth, and a prince that's always been brown. Really, we can finally see a nip is into the sea. As we are going home. Ooh, Spoons, did you see what you have? Da, 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 da. Spoons has an artist badge. Ovation at the bottom of a glass. Chug, 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 chug. If I ever further, is that too much to ask? Magically alive at 5, that's my usual reading time in Minecraft. The first badge takes over sub-badge space. You can change it. Hey, I'm going home. I just realized it's a paintbrush. Yep, it is. Ba 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 ba. Oh, row, row your boat as we tap into the sea. Like, it's 2:30 a.m. and I'm risking my sleep to be here. Usually start stream at like 4 or 6 a.m. for me. I know. I know, Tom. Alright, I was in Words looking for a good place to build the buildings for cultier people. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Yo, do take screenshots of them and show us. I would love that. Don't effing change it. The first is more important. You can't change it. Oh. What time is it for you? It's like 5:30. Like, PM. I usually stream at 7 for me. Now ride on the mercy of the winds. And one day we'll realize the end is where we begin. Turbos, a lifesteal idea. For sure, Eric's. Hey up, hello, Mischief. But there is no one home. Can you screenshot on PS4? I'm not sure. I'm sure you can. Yeah, you can PS4 screenshot, for sure. How do y'all like the badges? Oh, I've been hearing some good things about the badges, Spoons. I drank like 10 cans of cola today. That sounds unhealthy. Okay. Now the last song I'm gonna play is, whenever I hear this song, the only association I have for this song is Aslentha, which is the podcast that we work on. Like, this is the song. Like, when I think of this, like, when I listen to this song, all I think of is Aslentha. Alright, here we go. That's all the story. Story from the theory, a story about regret. How they never mattered, until it all began. Never did. Lol. I'll wait until the ads are over. This is important to me. Everyone got ads at the same time, so I will wait. Okay, so we all have a base with 2 or 3 roommates, but if for the clan home we have just a base where we all meet up. You know, spawn is like for people and others who don't want to travel to each other's base, but nobody lives in the clan because, you know. Yeah, no, totally. I feel like having like a meeting hall would probably be a good idea, but I don't want anything in it. Hello, Ollie. Thank you for the lurk. I'm back. Okay, so everyone should be back around now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's a song. Here's a song. Here's a song that I associate with Aslentha. Here it is. A story. A story for the fury. A story of regret. Told us every legend and how it all began. You never did tell me how it ends. Get more often as a group. Eric's, it's hard though, there's so many of us. Yeah, that happened. If I got one down the road, we never been. Help me never remember my family and my friends. They never did tell me how it ends. Hello, Cakebird. I knew no way tell me. I'm off the sidewalk, night is out again. I remember all the people and naughty could defend. Remember our history books and numbered with our sins. Never by no quota and nobody could defend. They would only tell me how it ends. Tell me how it ends. I can keep a secret. Heaven must be on my sights. I don't need a map or a crystal ball to see it. Tell me if it ends up alright. You just took my lemonade? Oh god. I could keep a secret. Not even going down without a fight. I don't need a map or a crystal ball to see it. Tell me if it ends up alright. I'm on the SkyTrain, I get weird looks, but there's lemonade in my throat. Oh no! Oh no! All the time. I don't need a map or a crystal ball to see it. If it ends up alright. Tell me if it ends up alright. Tell me if it ends up alright. Just tell me if it ends. Anyways, that's a song I associate with Aslentha, like, very heavily. Woo! Hello! Wow, actual tear? What, about the song? Now I can say that the song reminds me of, but I don't want to bring the whole stream down. Well, I mean, it's literally a song about the ending, you know? I don't want to listen to this song, though. We're gonna skip this one. This song is funny. Pink hair? My hair has always, like, been, like, reddish. It's just fading, you know? It's still red. It's just also now has blonde bits in it. Alright, guys, so, to explain what is happening, actually, I need to pause this music, because if I don't, this is funny. It's what's happening. So, there's a podcast that I work on. Oh, God. Oh. I'm going home tomorrow? Ooh, that sounds fun. So, there's a podcast that I work on. I'm a voice actor on it, an editor, co-writer, you know? And we had a very special guest in the last episode that came out. One by the name of Kyle Phillips, who is most notably known as the person who voice acts Denki Kaminari in My Hero Academia. He voices no, not fun, it's sad. Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. Your hair looks like a pink lemonade or a sunset. Thank you, Eric's. You might have heard it called Lintha. Yeah, you know, just a little bit. But anyways, he voice acts the Red Dragon in the podcast. There's the link to the podcast, the website, and the Spotify link. Hello, you're a VA and editor. Wrong, you're one of the head producers. I said voice actor, editor, and co-writer. If I say producer, that tells you nothing. You know? The dragon's name is... Yup, that's definitely a name that I've never heard said ever, so I do not know how to say it. Looks like ocean waves reflecting a sunset. Oh my god, I'm so smart. Thank you, Eric's. I really appreciate that. That's really cool. Anyways, so he also streams on Twitch. And he's doing a stream at 6:30 PST, so that's approximately in an hour, a little bit less than an hour. And he's going to be talking about Aslintha. He's going to be talking about working on the podcast, Aslintha itself. He's going to be giving away merch. He's also talking about conventions he's been to, because he's recently been to, I think, 2 conventions. So he's also going to be talking about that. But if you guys have any questions about the podcast or anything like that, save them and ask them in his chat, and he'll be answering them, you know? Mischief needs to come in VC and pronounce the name once and make Goldtier say it from memory. No. I named the dragon because Dragon said I could. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I was just like, that's cool. That's awesome. Dragon should have named the dragon. That would have been ironic. Dragon is named, like, basically everything in the... Like, anything that wasn't, like, a character was named by Dragon. She would have named it, like, Greg. To be fair, he did name a character Grog. You know? So anyways, today, like, if you guys have any questions about the podcast that is, like, cast and crew specific, I probably can answer them. And then we also have Mischief, who is, the social media manager, and then also, Spoons in the chat, who is, like, the main artist, and also one of the voice actors. They're both also both voice actors. Basically, everyone who's friends with me at this point has voice acted character in this podcast, because at the very beginning we didn't want to, like, we needed people to voice act like Guard, you know? I heard my name, huh? That you're the artist for the podcast, and that people can ask you questions. Mischief, your whatever stream lag you have is, like, immense. I don't watch podcasts because my attention span is just, so I need a rundown someday. I mean, to be fair, like, how I suggest to people who can't, like, sit down and listen to a podcast is do it when you're, like, in the car. So, like, when you're sitting in the car or on public transportation, that's when you listen to the podcast. Because you don't just, like, sit down and listen to it. Whenever you think, I'm gonna listen to music, that's when you listen to a podcast, you know? Why did you say ask you questions like this? What? You can ask me a question. I'm listening while in transit. I'm running on data here. Yep. Bishop, I said you were also a voice actor on the podcast. I just said the thing that you've done more of, which is managing our social media. You know? God dang. God dang. Anyways, so I made a playlist for Eslentha, like, a while ago. Like, I tried doing it in the car at school bus ride to my manager just wants listen to music instead. That's alright, Erics. If podcasts are not for you, podcasts are not for you. Like, maybe, like, there is a point where we do want to put out transcripts, because we should be putting out transcripts anyways, and you can read it like a book. But reading a podcast like a book is not really the same, but I guess you would get the story, you know? But anyways, we're gonna listen to the playlist that I've made for Eslentha. Not all of it will make 100% sense, because obviously I know things that haven't happened already. But, you know, we can listen to, what song can we listen to? There's a song that I heard the other day that I was like, this is a Tick song. I think it's this one. This is a Tick song. Okay, well, my defense is buffering every, like, 10 seconds, so I'm getting maybe half your sentence. Fair enough. Yeah, this is it. This is the Tick song. This is the Tick song. Anyways, and I'm going to be knitting while we're talking and everything like that. But basically, I wanted to talk about... Actually, I'm going to turn this a little bit down. I think that's a good volume. So basically, what I wanted to talk about was just podcasts in general. So the thing about... Hold on, I'm just making sure it's that. Okay. I think... What's John's song? There's no song for John. I do have... Okay. I have songs... I have a song in my head for Tick, which is this one. It's called Big Houses. I have a song for Turgeon called Dear Fellow Traveler. Why are you guys spamming this? I just have, like, songs that are kind of, like, you know... Some of these don't really fit the vibe anymore, I'm not gonna lie. But if we get to them, I'll just take them out. Anyways, no, it doesn't matter. You guys are spamming such a weird thing. I don't know why you guys are spamming this. Okay, so, first thing I wanted to talk about was how I got into podcasts in the first place. So, the sweater I'm wearing right now, I usually don't wear on stream, because it's quite plain. It's just basically a black sweater with, like, this little dude on the front here. But it's not like the Quackity sweater that I have, that everyone knows it's Quackity. Do you guys want me to not talk? People came into a just chatting stream and told the stream to shut up. Okay, I'm gonna have a jelly bean. F you guys too. We have caused them a confusion. A little bit. Rude? You're blinking too loud. Bra. I'm gonna continue talking. F you guys. So I usually don't wear the sweater because it's quite plain. But it is actually the first piece of merch that I ever bought for anything. So, like... No. So it's... Yeah, so it's the first merch that I bought for literally anything. Which is... This is from Welcome to Night Vale. And on the front, obviously, it says, like, this little guy. It's a black sweater. But on the back... It says, mostly void, partially stars, and it has like these little stars right here. And you can see I've had it for a long time because it's being held together with safety pins. Like I've had this sweater since 2014. I don't think they're gonna be done, but it's okay. But I'm gonna keep talking. I don't care. So basically, yeah. So that's the sweater. That's why I'm wearing it today, because it's just kind of like the start of like when I like basically like got introduced to this medium of podcasting. I'm actually gonna turn this just to camera until I actually start knitting. Camera. Like, just like when I just started podcasting in general. When I started listening to podcasts in general. So like yeah, so Welcome to Night Vale was the first podcast I listened to, and I don't actually remember how I found it. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, like, because there was, like, people just didn't really listen to podcasts, or it wasn't a very popular thing, or if you listen to podcasts, they were basically just radio shows, right? So, like, the radio would have, like, their little show, and then they would record it and put it on iTunes. And I didn't really have access to iTunes, so I didn't really listen to stuff like that, right? How I think I got introduced to it was, I think it might have been... Wait, what is Ultir saying? I'm explaining a story, and you guys have been spamming whatever the F this is for the past, like, 10 minutes. So I'm gonna continue talking about the story. So, yeah, so basically, like, I don't remember exactly how I found Welcome to Night Vale, but Welcome to Night Vale was the first podcast that I ever listened to. And I was absolutely amazed by, this, like, this medium of storytelling, because obviously before that I've obviously would watch TV shows, and I have, read books, and all that sort of stuff. And all that sort of stuff, and watch movies and everything like that. But I had never heard something like Welcome to Night Vale. Are you guys done yet? Like, can we have a conversation? Can we, like, talk about the thing I wanted to talk about? No? Okay, cool. I'm just gonna not talk then. And, so we won't talk about podcasts, which is fine. I will just knit in silence. I don't know if this song actually fits in this playlist, but we're gonna continue listening to it. You know? That's righteous. Up the crisis. We're not believing. And that's it. Keep the thing on it into your head. I sing Shush the Cake. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Cry till the sun comes up, till the sun comes up. What am I fighting for? What have I done? What am I dying for? We all become what the pleasure. You guys are allowed to talk about whatever you guys like in the chat, even if I'm telling a story. It's just, the emotes, guys. The emotes are so distracting when you're trying to tell a story. It's like if you were trying to like talk to someone, but they were on their phone. You know what I mean? I would like much rather you guys have a separate conversation in chat. Ba-da-da-da-da. Do you guys want to hear the rest of my podcasting story, or do you guys want to talk about something else? What are you knitting? I'm knitting the Pebble Brain EP sweater. So Pebble Brain is an EP by Lovejoy, if you don't know. And I'm making the cover on a sweater. So this is the bottom, and like the cover part is gonna be a top, and then that's what I'm doing. I don't know. Alright, Eric's. That's fair. Yes, story? Go on, okay, you have the floor. Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys want to hear the rest of my story. I've been listening to Concrete on repeat. I don't know how much longer I can take this for. I lost a bet. Oh, shoot. That sucks. Basically, I was just saying that, like, Welcome to Night Vale really opened up a door for me where I never knew that people could do audio, just audio, as a story. And not an audiobook, because an audiobook is different, because it's still a book, and it's very obviously a book, whereas Welcome to Night Vale was a radio show of, like, this town where every conspiracy theory was true. Which was extremely interesting, obviously. And it's also the first time that I saw in media that had queer representation. The main character is unabashedly gay, and he falls in love with a man the first episode. And that was like, I had never seen anything like that. Ever. And so, like, Welcome to Night Vale has, like, oh my god, queer. Like, Welcome to Night Vale, like, really changed my perspective on media in general, and I'm a huge fan of them. I've gone to their live shows. I listen to every episode. I have a ton of their merch. How they write is super inspirational. They have such a unique way of writing. Everything. Like, they're, like, my biggest writing inspirations. The two writers. And they're the reason I wanted go gays. They're the reason why I wanted to start podcasting in the first place, to write stories in an audio format, because I thought that was so cool. And they have, like, really expanded on it too. They separately have written two other things with a different co-writer. So one of them has written us a podcast called Within the Wires, which is about a dystopian society where families don't exist. And the other one wrote like a haunted road trip called Alice Isn't Dead. Wonder how many chats I've sent? A lot, probably. And I'm a huge fan of both of those podcasts. They're really cool. One is in a bunch of audio cassette tapes, and the other one is this person just recording themselves on the AM radio as a truck driver. And, like, I've just never got exposed to stuff like that. And then the podcast after that I listened to, which was like definitely the podcast that walked so that Critical Role could run, was the Adventure Zone. And the Adventure Zone is a real-time play D&D podcast made by the McElroy brothers and their dad. The McElroy brothers already had an established audience when they... Bro, I said the same thing because my stream delay. It was because you said it. You influenced me so much. Oh my god. It's a little bit funny, actually. But yeah, like, so... I think I need to turn the music down a little bit, actually. There we go. That's good. Yeah, so, like, the Micro Brothers already had a podcast called My Brother and Me, where they give, like, really bad advice to people on purpose. They're on purposely doing it. I've come to 90% of dreams, so it's bound to happen, but still. That is fair. Yeah, it is. Yep. That's a lot. Oh, that for you and stuff like that. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, so like, so podcasts have been something that I've definitely, like, I didn't listen to them in high school, but I listened to them when I went to university. So like, I've listened to a lot of podcasts. Like, I listened to Lore. Lore is a podcast where it's just this guy talking about supernatural happenings. Do you know of the Owl House? I do. I've not watched it yet though. And there's a bunch of other podcasts that I listened to recently, like more recent, not super recent, but recently, like the Magnus Archives. Definitely like a podcast that would have not had an audience if Welcome to Night Vale didn't exist. And then also Hello from the Hollywood, which is a very new podcast, relatively speaking, and it definitely would not have existed if Welcome to Night Vale didn't exist. Or Camp Here and There. There's a lot of podcasts that just have such unique stories that they can tell with audio only. And I remember when I first listened to the Adventure Zone, I was like, I can do that. I can do a D&D Let's Play podcast. And so I did. And there's episodes out, and they're on YouTube. But I'm not going to give you guys the link or the name, because one, my real name is said in them, but also they're terrible. Absolutely horrid. Oh, very well, my minor spoilers maybe. I'm gonna crochet the port of Hootie for my friend. Ooh! Oh, that's cool! Oh, nice! I took my friend's nap, like, whoosh, any movie. Wait, or what are we talking about? I'm talking about why I wanted to make a podcast in the first place. Mio or Tyr? Oh, I think Piccolo is talking about a cosplay that they're making. I do hope I get to play D&D with you soonish. That'd be fun. Pretty goofy was adorable. But yeah, so like, the fact that I get to, like, because I've been listening to podcasts since maybe like 2013, 2014. So that's almost a decade. Welcome to Night Vale literally had their decade episode come out, like, in June. Like, they have been making that podcast for 10 years, and I have been keeping up for it for about 8. Like, I found it, like, 8 years ago, and have been keeping up with it weekly since then. Or, not weekly, like, when they release the episodes. And that's crazy. Like, how long I've been listening to podcasts, like, how much they've accomplished and influence, and, like, it is the reason why I wanted to start writing stories that way, and just everything. My dog is watching now, don't scare her. I will not. Or at least I'll try not to. But, yeah. And, like, just... there's just so many cool things. Not a cosplay, it's a backpack. Oh, okay, that's cool, that's cool. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. I was just like, that, like, it is so cool to be in the position now where I have finally started making the podcast that I wanted to make, or a podcast that I want to make. There's other ones that I want to make. There's some that I'm working on that are just me, and by just me I mean like I'm the only writer. There's not a co-writer. Obviously I'd be getting a ton of help for it to like happen. Like a podcast doesn't happen by itself. It requires either one person to have an exuberant amount of time or many people to help out. And I don't have an exuberant amount of time. So I definitely need a lot of people's help. Holly is her name. Ooh. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. And it's just really cool to be in a position now where people are listening to something that I've made and helped made and will continue listening to it, you know? I'm trying to think, like, there was, like, some quotes that I was gonna say from these podcasts, but, like, they kind of seem, like, very out of place now. How much longer do we have? We have about 20 minutes. I will join VC for the 20 minutes. So that people can talk in here if they would like to. I'm gonna mute myself right now, though, so you guys don't keep seeing the button every single time that I talk. And I'm back. Welcome back, Tori. But yeah, so in about 20 minutes, approximately 20 minutes, we're gonna raid Kyle Phillips. And this is where this has brought me. Where, like, I've gone from, like, oh my god. Like, I was so nervous to, like, hit go live today. Even though, like, I'm, like, not gonna be on Kyle Phillips' stream today. I'm gonna be in chat. So if you guys want to talk to me in chat, I'm gonna be there. But, like, you know? It's just, like, nerve-wracking. That, like, someone who you've never talked to is going to be talking about something that you've worked on. Like, I basically have never talked to Kyle Phillips, you know? Like, I think I've joined, like, a crab game or an Among Us game with him, like, twice. But that doesn't really count. That's just, like... That would be, like, if you get into, like, 100-player lobby with, like, Tubbo or whatever. You didn't really talk to him. You just, like, kind of were there. So, it's gonna be interesting having someone who I've just never talked to talking about something I've worked on. It would be kind of like if you made something and then someone on the internet just, like, wrote a, like, theory about it. You know? It would be a weird thing to read, I think. It would definitely be very odd. That's cool. I'm very excited. You guys definitely should stick around for it. For the Kyle Phillips stream, because he's gonna be giving stuff away as well. I'm very, like... But I'm also very nervous. So it's like... See, like, we've known that Kyle was gonna be on the podcast for, like, months. Help! Help! But we couldn't talk about it until, like, literally last week. But we've known since, like, December. And we just, like, couldn't talk about it. Holly looks like the average golden doodle. That's adorable. Billy Bumble! Oh my god. I don't know why my sound alerts aren't, like, my alerts aren't working. But hello! Thank you so much for the 5-month sub. Just a friendly reminder that Lego City is always watching. That's terrifying. Hello, Billy. How are you doing? Who shall pass it and write it on your forehead or tattoo it on your ass, and who could tell when the clock strikes 12 if the day becomes tomorrow. I am exist. Wait, actually, yes? I drew a thing. Ooh, what'd you draw? On my arm. It is cool. What did you draw? I'm doing great, Billy. I'm nervous. Because in approximately 20 minutes, we're rating someone who's going to be talking about the podcast that I work on. I will send a picture. Yes, let's go. So I'm quite nervous. Like, a person that I've never talked to before is going to be talking about the podcast. So I'm going to literally just be like, I'm going to be in chat with you guys, and I'm going to just be like, imagine being nervous. Eric's. In spite of doing F all today, sometimes, Keith, you just need a break, you know? Sometimes you just need to, you need to just sleep, you know? And that's totally fine. I've accepted, I like a buffalo, walk on and with respect. I hope this is... Oh my god, we're gonna have to add colors soon. I finished that sample knit, by the way. Ooh! How'd it turn out? Knit a short sleeve sweater in less than 3 weeks. Yo! Let's go! Aw, dude, when I didn't have to do, like, anything else... That, aw, dude, I feel that. With color work? Yo! That's awesome! Piccolo, do you send stuff to the Crafts and Creations chat in the Discord? Because if you don't, you should send a picture of that. I would love to see it. All the way. Wait, do you want to see? Of course I want to see. What do you mean? I can send it in Discord? Yo, let's go. Yes, I always want to see stuff. Like, if people make, like knit or crochet or cosplay stuff, like, I always want to see it. That's what the Craft and Creation Discord is for. Like, the little chat and yeah, that's what it's for. It was mostly made for me to see things, you know? I'm making cup noodles. Ooh. Ooh. I'm getting pierogies later. Oh, imagine being nervous. Let's forget I have severe anxiety. It's not an anxiety thing, though. It's different than anxiety. It's like, I'm excited. But, like, I don't know how it's gonna go, right? I have no idea how it's gonna go. Just, ugh. You know what? You know what? Let's talk about the podcast I was listening to today, because, oh boy, it's definitely, like, winding down to its, like, season 2 finale. Because, like, oh my god. So I'm living the podcast, imagine I found a gravel, and I found gravel. Pierogi. So. Ooh, my country's dish. Woo! So there's a podcast I was listening to. It's called Hello from the Hollowoods. And it is, like, this, like, god figure narrates, like, the lives of a bunch of humans. So there's, like, no main character and everything like that. And it's, like, narrating, like, their lives through, like, the apocalypse, essentially. The apocalypse has happened. And there is just some, like, absolutely heart-wrenching banger quotes from it. Like, and just, like, he is able to give you such absolutely gorgeous, like, scenes that wouldn't be possible unless they were in the setting that they are. But, like, just because of the setting that they're in, it's just, oh my god. Also, fun fact, you don't have to say the S at the end. Pierogi are actually plural. It sounds weird, though. Oh my god, this song is so sad, but we're gonna listen to it, guys. Good luck on a holiday now. Television man is here to show you how. Yeah, it's off to work you go, but at least the war is over. Do, 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 do. Do, do, da, da, da. He's gone. She left before you woke. Early went last night. Neither of you spoke. Pages, TV, bed. Pockets filled with dread. But at least the war is over. Duck your head and look out the window. Stay that way for the rest of the day and watch the time go. Listen, the birds sing. 4 times now I was almost crushed by gravel or fell off the mountain. No! I sent arm drawing thing. Yo, let's go. Living or dead, and the dead are all living. The war is over. Oh my god! Billy, that looks awesome. Yo! That looks dope. That is so cool. Oh, that is so cool. Yo! Oh my god, Piccolo? Yo, Piccolo, that sweater looks great. Wow. That color work is awesome. Good job. Yo, we're gonna head a Sharpie. Nice. They'll be there. The war is over. Tuck your head and look out the window. Stay that way for the rest of the day and watch the time go. Listen, the birds sing. Listen, the bells ring. All the living are dead, and the dead are all living. I got my hand in a couple of nudes. No! No! Why would you do that? I was like thinking of something and I don't remember what I was going to talk about. Oh! Hello from the Hollywood. Has like, there is one line that is said, and like, I can't, like, this line lives in my head rent-free. I'll wait to the end of this song, because, it was my first time doing color work, I was scared. Oh, dude, for the first time, like, even not for your first time, like, that is, like, amazing color work. Like, that is great. That is very, very well done. Like, super clean. Especially with how small the stitches are. Like, that's so good. War. After the war. It looks awesome. So, the quote that lives rent-free in my head, from Hello from the Hollywood, is, so it's this one character, and he says to another character, I was cast into the darkness, so I filled it with neon lights. Like, the imagery of that, and, like, the backstory of that character makes it, like, so much more powerful. Like, he is, like, I can't even, like, how do I even explain who this character is? Like, so he is, that must suck. But it's such an amazing quote. And, like, there's this imagery. Oh my god, it's Cakebird.
Hey.
Hey.
Here.
Hey.
Do you want a Schlatt waifu cup? We're making a group order, maybe.
No. But thank you for the offer.
You're welcome.
That's so very good. That's so very cool. I send the port a hoodie when I do it. Yes, do it. So, okay. What's some other quotes from this podcast? So, like, the imagery that this person makes is, like, only possible in this type of apocalypse. So the apocalypse that basically happens in this world is humans mess up the environment so much that it starts raining, like, this black rain that, like, mutates people and makes it so, like, the dead don't stay dead. So it's not, like, exactly a zombie apocalypse because they don't, like, come out and, like, try to eat people. But, like, the dead don't stay dead, like, zombies exist, like, magic becomes, like, super prominent. Like, people start getting, like, these weird powers, ghosts just exist. What is going on? I'm just talking about a podcast that, I really, really like. It's called Hello from the Hollywood. And just the fact that it has, like, some absolutely effing banger quotes in it. Ollie has a podcast stream in 10 minutes. This is true. This is also true. Is tomorrow Friday? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm trying to think what other things. Like, okay, so there's this imagery. So it is this character. So there's this character who is a zombie. His name is Diggory Graves. And they're basically just like, I don't want to listen to, please do. It is like very, very close to becoming one of my favorite podcasts of all time. It is so well written. Every single episode is just so heart-wrenching. You know? You mentioned I was saying the Neon Lights quote was awesome, not the cup. That's fair. The Neon Lights quote is like lives in my head rent-free. Ollie, here is a quote from the Hello from the Hollywoods podcast. It lives in my head rent-free, which is, I was cast into the darkness, and so I filled it with neon lights. Bro. I'm gonna dye my hair purple on Saturday. Ooh. No, YouTube, they have a vlog for every weekday, but no Friday vlog. It's a little funny. I'm trying to think of other ones. Okay, so like there is this imagery. There's a zombie character called Diggory Graves, this ghost called Piercy. And they're in love with each other. And basically they go to the bottom of the this lake because neither of them need to breathe. And they go to the bottom of this lake holding hands, and then it starts talking about like the vastness of the lake above them and how they're looking at the fishes like they're stars and they're just at the bottom of this lake. And then, like, the imagery of these two people at the bottom of the lake just like looking up at like these shiny fish like they're stars, and I'm just like, this is episode 3 of the podcast, by the way. Like literally, that almost made me cry. It was episode 3 of the podcast almost made me cry. Like, I am so invested in this podcast. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus. Trying to think of some other quotes. Like, there was like this whole, you know what? We'll end the podcast with this, actually. Or not the podcast, the stream with this. There is, hold on, let me try to find the transcript. Hello from the Hollywoods. And I would like the transcripts. For Hopes. Okay, here we go. I won't do it to any music. Here we go. Well, you know what? Hold on. I can find some music for this. Hold on. Oh, this is the good music for it. Ulter knows who I mean. You said A? Said it first? Wait. Kyle just went up? I know. Keith, don't worry. I'm keeping an eye on it. Don't worry. I'm rating him at 630, like I said I would. I think I have, like, stars that are fish, too. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Oh, Luca, like, the Disney film. Like, that I didn't watch. Here goes. What? Okay, hold on. I'm reading this thing. Okay, so this is from an episode that came out, like, 2 episodes ago. So, like, an episode came out last week, and then... Anyways, the point is, this is the episode, and it always starts off with, like, a cold open, where they just kind of, like, talk about a character, but, like, in a vague way. And this was this one. And this one is just, like, it's... Okay. Here it is. Look, it's a nerd with 2 cameras. It is. Okay, here it is. Things will get better. They say the columnists in the Noobs paper. Things will get better, say the financial advisors and real estate agents in their reports. Things will get better, says the one you love, as they give you a kiss on the forehead before the workday starts. Things will get better, say your friends, as the wars begin. Things will get better, as the TV pundits and politicians and influencers. Things will get better, says the climate scientist, as the rains begin. Things will get better, says the woman with the wide smile, as a red ribbon falls into two pieces. Things will get better, says the man in the pinstripe suit, as the power fails and the television falls silent. When, you wonder? When? Things will get better, whisper the rains, and you believe them. Things will get better, whispers the unquiet stars, and you follow them. Things will get better, promise the Black Lakes, and the pines, and the endless north, and hello from the Hollywood. Ah! Like, that's so good! Like, that's their cold open. And, bruh, that's their cold open for their podcast. My writing could never. Jesus. Like, I just... Ah. The good of life. Fair enough. Bonk. A nerd and two POVs, it's true. Very cool, very pog, very hypers. This is true, this is true. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to do. We're gonna listen to this song to close the stream out. Alright guys, now it's hype time. Your writing could believe in yourself. Aw, dude, Ollie, you don't understand. William, he is just like on a whole other level of writing. Like, oh my god. Dude, like, literally wrote a podcast where I almost started crying about two characters I'd known for 3 episodes. Like, that is skill. That is an absolute skill. Oh, humorous and a kind human that I enjoy the presence of very much. Yo! When no one goes, oh no, I demand more. Sometimes more than Ultier. What? What? Oh, Billy, we love you. I understand. Believe in yourself. Ollie, I need you to listen to the Hello from the Hollowoods. It is such a good podcast. Wiggle Wiggles. Wiggle Wiggles. When you're down and say, what type of music do you listen to? For me, it's country. Well, I have a playlist on Spotify that's called You Just Wanted to Make Things. It's a public playlist and people can just listen to it. But it is the playlist that I listen to when I am extremely sad. And it's just a bunch of songs about wanting to make things and then not being able to for reasons. Yeah, anyways. No one. You guys ready? You guys ready for the hype? Alright, we are rating Kyle Phillips. He is going to be talking about the podcast that I work on, that I've been working on for almost a year. It's almost a year. Next month is a year I've been working on this podcast. Oh my god. He's going to be talking about it. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. You guys better stay in chat. You guys can ask him questions. There's gonna be free merch drops. And, like, all that sort of stuff. Super hype, okay? Okay. Bye!